Hi, Christina here, and today I'm going to take you through the resources that we use for our mini unit on Prince Edward Island. Now, if you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome. And we are studying Canada for the entire year across just about every subject. The way that we're doing our geography, social studies, and art, though, is we're going province by territory across the country. And so we just finished the Prince Edward Island unit, and I'll show you how we put that together. So we start with this book here. This is from the Canada Close Up series. And we kind of base everything around the book from this series. This is for 6 to 9-year-olds. I'll show you what it looks like inside. Lots of pictures, very good overview. And then we also use this book here. This is Exploring Canada's Geography, Prince Edward Island by Apple Press. And this is for grades 4 through 6. These are some worksheets as well as additional reading, map reading skills and such. I'll show you their binders a little later and you can see what these sheets actually look like. Now our children are 10, 8, 7, 4, and 1 right now. And so that works out to grade 5, grade 3, grade 2, preschool, and then the baby. And we do this family school style. So again, when I show you their binders, I'll show you kind of how we make that all work together. We're also using this series here, Canada Sights and Symbols, because it just has a few extra things in it that the Up Close series didn't. You can see what it looks like there. So that's that book. Now for this unit, we also watched this video here. This is Discovering Great Towns. It's more of like a traveler's guide, but it allowed the kids to see what different areas look like in the province, and just some kind of neat touristy places and some kind of local places as well. So it was quite a short movie, but it was a good one. And then because there is that crossover into the language arts as well, we try and read books that are about each province or territory as we go along. So we read, of course, Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. Now, I had never read this book, which may be bad Canadian me, but I'd never read it. And so it was really interesting. At the beginning, I didn't like it, but by the end, I really did enjoy it. And it was written over 100 years ago, and so the language is definitely more advanced. There's actually some words in here that I'm still not quite sure what they mean, which is interesting. But overall, we really enjoyed it. We are planning to watch a movie as well. We're just waiting for it to come from the library so we can see kind of how they translated the book into a movie as well. But very good book, very famous, of course. And then my 10-year-old, he read this book, That Boy Read, by Rachna Gilmore. He said it was okay. He wasn't super impressed with it. It is a winner of the Governor General's Award, so surprisingly, but he said it was okay. You can see what it looks like here. That's that book. My 7-year-old read this one, Water Hazard by Helene Boudreau, and it's a much simpler read with some pictures in it. And he liked it too. He said it was okay. And then my 8-year-old, I actually didn't have him read anything. I was trying to debate between which book to have him read, and in the end, just because life and he was still a bit sick and some things going on, I decided not to have him read anything. So that was that. Now for our art, typically we choose an artist and we learn about that artist, but to be totally honest, we didn't this time. I kind of left it too late to try and find an artist from PEI, and I had some trouble. We had very busy life going on, we had family visiting, we had some holidays, and so we didn't do an artist. So if you know of an artist from PEI, please leave a comment down below, because I still would really like to talk to my children about an artist from PEI. But for our art project, we ended up doing paper mache lobsters. And I was really proud of the kids because it was not an easy project, but they did a really good job. So I'll insert some pictures here so you can see what they look like. I thought it would be just fun to kind of put them on a plate and do kind of the lobster dinner theme, and so that's why they're on plates. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'll give you a look at their binders and how we set it up family school style, and then I'll show you the extra books that we have, because we like to take out books on whatever we're learning about and just have them around. Everything from kind of for the 1-year-old all the way up to the 10-year-old, just so they can grab it if they're interested, and I will show those to you as well in just a minute. So here's an overview of the kids' binders. This is my preschooler, grade 2, grade 3, and grade 5 students. Now, because we do this family school style, I kind of show you, I usually do a few sheets and then add a few more in for the older kids. So with my daughter, she does not want to be left out, so she always starts off with a map, and then she just gets a coloring page each day. Now, for some reason, when I put this book together last summer, I misplaced all the rest of her PEI sheets. So typically there's like just a number of coloring pages, but this time, for some reason, there weren't. So she just did some other coloring. So she just had that one this time. Now my son started off with this page. I'm just gonna go through and show you. So these are pages from the Apple Press book, talking about rain, First Nation, the history, the agriculture, the resources. It's quite a varied book. I really do like it. Reading maps. We see Maud, Montgomery. And at the end of every unit, there's a map where they fill in cities. And then there's a quiz. And then they get some note pages as well. So that is my 7-year-old's book. And then this is my 8-year-old's book. So it's quite similar. There's just usually 1 or 2 extra pages in here. So here, like lobster fishing. About Charlottetown. And again, the map, the quiz, which we do together, and then notes because they're learning how to take notes, especially my 2 oldest children. So this is my 10-year-old's book. So again, very similar, just adding in a few sheets extra. So this one, the coastal landscape. But again, these sheets really do cover quite a bit about the history, the maps, the climate, the resources, just a great variety of topics. Oh, there we go. And this one he had to figure out which island matched the shape of the province. And again, the map, the quiz, and his notes. So there you have it. That is a look at their binders and kind of how we put that part together. So I'm going to go through the books now that we had on hand. So this one here is Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick. This is more of a tourist information, maps, etc. Just something interesting to have on hand. We have this book here, Return to the Sea. Some nice artwork in it, short little story for younger children. Then we have this book here, Prince Edward Island. Again, this is a very short, straightforward, simple book about the province. Let's see what it looks like there. This one is Charlottetown, Canada's birthplace, and it's a kid's reference guide. Because of course, the Charlottetown Convention, this is where Confederation was really born. So there's a book there about that. A Whale on Her Own, the true story of Wilma the beluga whale. See inside what that looks like. It was an interesting book. And then this book here we've been using all year long. This is Donna Ward's Canada's Natives Long Ago. We didn't read a chapter out of this one because of course there isn't like a unit per province or territory. It's based on where the First Nations, their traditional lands, long before provinces came along. So we didn't actually read from that one this time, but we always have that one on hand. This one is Canadian Geographic Regions, the Appellation. This is a series we're using all year long, as well as the videos. Let's see what that looks like in there. Another one here is the Appalachian Highland. Again, this is a series that we're using all year round. This is a very, very simple one for young children. You can see just kind of how simple that is. This one is Canadian Aboriginal Art and Culture, another series we're using, and we had the Micmac. Hopefully I'm saying that right. All of these are set up in the same way. I'll show you what that looks like. Just like that. This one is A Day with You in Paradise. I actually found quite a few kind of children's books like this, but no board books, which was interesting, at least in my local library. We also like to use the Canadian Alphabet series, but our library did not have the PEI one, so we couldn't use that one. This one's Apples and Butterflies. You can see the artwork here. Very simple story about PEI. And then the last one here is Island Morning. And again, very nice artwork, simple story about Prince Edward Island. And those are all the books that we used. Now, as Prince Edward Island is the end of the maritime provinces that we are studying, we decided to try some maritime food. And so we actually picked up a crab, and my husband made crab curry for us. Not quite the traditional way, but he had experience cooking crab. I've never had it before, and it was definitely an experience. I'll show you some pictures from that. So those are all of the resources that we use for our mini unit on Prince Edward Island. Now, if you have any questions or if there's anything I've missed, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll try and answer them for you. If this was useful to you, please hit that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, though, I hope you're having a great day. Take care.